Alright, it's time to take a look at the M1128, and let me tell you right away, I am never driving this vehicle ever again. This thing has the size of a battleship, has the mobility of a Yamato, and has the armor of a Hellcat. It's a very immobile, huge, lightly armored target, basically. However, the good thing about this vehicle is definitely the main cannon, which is unmanned, by the way, and the turret, the ammo. That's pretty much the good thing about the M1128. If you can find a spot that can hide the whole of this thing, you will probably enjoy it. But even any close proximity explosion, like splash damage from bombs, artillery, will destroy the vehicle. That's just how much armor it has, or should I say, how much armor it lacks. Now just look at this turn speed. This thing doesn't turn at all. Besides being absolutely huge, I would tolerate the size of this vehicle, but that turn speed and the mobility is very bad. I was never a fan of the wheeled vehicles in the game. Very few wheeled vehicles are actually what I would consider decent. This is definitely not one of these vehicles. However, within the Abrams platoon, this does have the best main cannon, 420mm penetration with the AP FSDS shells, which is good. If this vehicle if the Abrams had this ammo, it would be perfect. Unfortunately, it doesn't get this ammo, so yeah. And also one thing to note with this vehicle, the ammo capacity is very low. You don't have a lot of shells on this thing, so you have to make every shell count. One miss could pretty much mean you will probably run out of ammo at the end of the battle. Very vulnerable to machine gun fire, very vulnerable to explosive, to heat shells, to HESH, to high explosive shells, to bombs, to artillery. It's a huge tank, and as a huge tank, it definitely is unpleasant to drive. It's not something that is meant to run around and be used as a main battle tank, mostly because of its lack of mobility. Despite, you would think it has wheels, right? You would think, okay, it has wheels, it probably has decent mobility. No, it doesn't. That top speed is nothing. You can get to that top speed. It will take you 30 seconds to turn. Which is something you don't want to experience in top tier. And it took me 3 days to actually get acceptable battles with this thing, because it just was terrible to actually drive this on the vast majority of maps currently. Primarily because this thing doesn't have any gun depression, and that's the primary reason. And the second reason is the size and the mobility. It's just not mobile enough to get in place, and it's too big to be held in some positions where you would usually go with other vehicles. It is very to find a good position for this tank. However, while it has its bad things, the main cannon is good. That's the thing I like the most about this vehicle. The cannon is decent, the ammo is decent, and it will do a lot of damage when it goes in. It's very easy to penetrate literally most of the top tier vehicles from the front. You don't even need to aim at weak spots, you can just low pen most of them. 420mm of average penetration, which is pretty decent. Much better than what you get on the Abrams, about 400 or 350mm penetration with the AP shell on that thing. So that would be shell wise, and I guess main cannon wise, a improvement from the Abrams. Well, if you can find a good position where you can hide the hull, that would be perfect, because the turret on this vehicle is unmanned, which means that you can take hits in the turret and the crew will be safe. The crew will not take any damage. So that's a thing to consider with this vehicle. I would say, if we had maps where you could hide the hull and just have the turret exposed, this vehicle will be really good at it. Unfortunately, very few maps that do have that, and just look at that. I'm trying to turn, and this thing just refuses to do so. It's just unbelievable, and you gotta love the AC that's on the hull of this thing. Like, yeah, it does have AC inside. It has to. It's huge. It's a huge box of no armor. The AMX-10 RC has the best wheel control and best turning speed. This is one of the worst that I've ever experienced, actually. Worst turn speed and overall worst wheel performance that I've experienced on any vehicle in the game so far. And I played all of them. I mean, the Vexter is playable, most of them are playable. This thing, I don't know, it just... the controls just horrendous of this vehicle. It really feels bad to drive this. It's annoying to actually try to turn, because in a lot of moments you actually need to have that mobility to turn, because if you don't turn, you have no armor, you can't really take hits. So some genius just shot me in the turret. Yeah, that will do something. This is the thing, a good thing about that unmanned turret, it will bait hits. You will see other players shooting this vehicle at the turret expecting damage. Well, that's not gonna happen. And that's a good hit, directly in the ammo. It also does have some good machine guns, which can be fitted with AP ammo, and the AP ammo can do some good damage. That's a revenge bomber. Yeah, let's just drive a little bit behind, because I smell that bombers was meant for me. And they usually are. Oh look, my previous position was bombed and artillery shells dropped on my position. Good that I moved, because you don't have armor with this. You cannot afford to take any hit while driving this vehicle. It has literally zero armor. And speaking of taking no hits, there it is. I took 280 gems. Oh well, I'm probably destroyed. I'm probably dead. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. I already clicked on the revenge bomber, so yep, that's Bradley, I think, will destroy the M1128, which is fine. I'll just drop some revenge bombs and I'll just finish the revenge bomber run, because I really don't want to repeat the battle again with this thing, because this thing is just not really something I would consider playable to my standards. Well, eye for an eye, the Bradley got destroyed. Okay, let's go and maybe capture the zone now. Well, it was a good battle so far. 7 destroyed vehicles with this very weird vehicle. Can't even turn like the... I would be less harsh on this thing if it were able to turn like a normal vehicle, but it doesn't turn like a normal vehicle, it turns like a battleship. So yeah, it's extremely annoying to say the least. Oh look, a leopard right in the engine. Well, let me attempt to capture the zone and pray that the leopard isn't looking at me. Okay, the leopard missed, I didn't miss. The leopard's ammo got destroyed, the blowout panels have been opened, and the ammo detonated with the panel open, so yeah, tank is destroyed. And despite me being harsh to this vehicle, so far, not a bad battle. Probably the best battle I've had with this thing so far. And that tells you a lot. I mean, I get 10 plus, 12 plus destroyed vehicles per day, per battle on other vehicles with ease pretty much daily. And if I get 8 for this, I'm happy, because yeah, I really did not enjoy driving this at all. See how it takes to turn? Like, this is what I don't like about the controls. Just let me turn like a normal vehicle. It is so weird. Well, that was a decent battle with this vehicle. Let's go and play one more battle, even though I'll be honest, I kinda wish that I just ended the video here because driving this thing is a pain, but you know, I have to be consistent and I have to go and play the next battle with the M1128, and let's go. Well, same map, different game mode, lovely, just lovely. Let's just go. Because the game just loves to spam the same map 10,000 times in a row, I just play whatever the game just gives me anyway. Turn! Okay, that took a year to turn. And it slides all over the place as well, which is extra annoying. Big light panzer, that's a good hit. I have to repair already. That's a wonderful start. Actually, good thing I didn't take a lot of damage there. The Gleiterpanzer has a very good autocannon. Very scary little vehicle. ZTZ, very good hit. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The vehicle could be good if only it had better controls. That's the only thing I'm mostly complaining about. The controls are just so awful for this vehicle. I don't know if that's done by by design, if it's like meant to be like that to replicate the PC experience with the vehicle, but man, do the controls they are just not good. It takes a business day to turn, and it wouldn't be a big problem if if you had like positions to go to properly, and if you could take advantage of the vehicle in that way, but you can't. Currently, the way the maps are made, you have to go to certain positions and you have to turn to get there. So yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Can we not park explosive vehicles close to no armor, please? Like, this is the thing I also have a problem with top tier. Like, you just look at that, just look at that. Good job for exploding like a nuclear bomb right next to my thinly armored vehicle. What could possibly go wrong? To park your highly explosive IFV next to something that has zero armor. The good thing is I didn't, this vehicle did take the hit, but if it were just a little bit to the back of the vehicle, it would be a double kill for the enemy. So yeah, if you're driving something highly explosive, don't park that next to something that has no armor, because good chance both vehicles will just explode. Worst case scenario, basically. Anyway, let's go back. That's a good hit. Reflex, actually. That's a reflex hit. That AFT kind of surprised me, but I fired the main cannon regardless. Abrams, a very good hit through the side armor. And time for a revenge bomber run. To see how this will play out now.
Our victory is near.
And of course I get the worst revenge bomber in the game. This aircraft makes me mad just looking at it, because you have to dive. It has weak bombs, not the most explosive bombs, and the way it has to drop the bombs is also weird. It has a decent frontal mounted autocannon, but the bombs, the way you have to deliver the bombs, I don't know, I don't like that. They're very weak bombs.